Okay, let's go see what the weather is doing. Oh, there's my fat finger in the way. Yep. Still raining. Good morning, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. That's why I'm wearing red. I don't have a lot of red, believe it or not, because obviously I like color, but mainly like purples and pinks and that kind of stuff. So if you've seen this recently, I'm sorry, it's the only red thing I had, and I told my client I would wear red today, so that's what I'm doing. I'll move my camera back. It's a little too close. But anyway, I know some of you aren't real fond of Valentine's Day, that you think it's just a marketing ploy by Hallmark, and it probably is. But why not enjoy it? You know? Indulge your lover today. Do something special. And if you don't have a special someone, maybe you have a gal pal, a galentine you can celebrate, or, your kids, your grandkids, your fur babies. If nothing else, show yourself some love. Do something special. And I'm not talking about anything weird, but just do something nice for yourself, I just hate it when people are so cynical. We have enough cynicism in the world, and let's try and be happy and do something nice and enjoy the day for what it is. I love Valentine's Day, and not just because my husband always spoils me, but, well, maybe because of that. But it's just the idea that people are, celebrating people they love and they care about. Went to the store yesterday, as you know, to buy a few things, and my goodness, so many people were buying balloons. Balloons seem to be the big deal this year. There was tons and tons of helium balloons. We can't do chocolates because, we're on this healthy lifestyle kick. So no chocolates for me, but, my husband always does very well. He's very considerate. He's actually the more considerate or romantic one in our relationship. He always has been. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know what happened on our anniversary this year. If you didn't see that, then I'm not going to tell you, but it was pretty bad. I can be a very thoughtless person. Not on purpose. I get so many things going on, and I just forget other things. You know what I mean? I take on too much. I always have been that way, and more than I can do, because I can't say no. So it causes me problems sometimes. So anyway, back to celebrating Valentine's Day. I hope you guys are going to go do something special. Normally we would go out to dinner, but again, because we're doing this healthy lifestyle thing, we really don't enjoy eating out anymore. So we're just going to have a nice dinner at home and enjoy the rain, because it is still raining. And like I said, I love it when I can stay home and enjoy it. So I do have to work, but when I get home, I am going to turn on the fireplace and put on some comfy clothes and, I don't know, make a nice dinner. What do you guys do? How do you celebrate? My daughter and her best friend, because my daughter's single right now, and her best friend, her girlfriend, has a hubby that's just not into this kind of thing. So they're going to get together and have a special night and watch their favorite show, which is Yellow Jackets. And it just premieres tonight, the second season. So they were going to get together and get some yummy food and watch that. And I thought, now that sounds like fun. That would be a fun thing to do. And my son and his fiance are, they're going to go, I think they're going to celebrate tomorrow. They're going to a special concert in LA. And I will be over there watching 3 of my grandbabies and 6 of my fur babies. So I'm going to I'll be filming while I'm over there because I always love it when I'm over there. They have such a beautiful home and a swimming pool, and it's just, oh, it's like a resort. I love staying there. So yeah, be sure and watch that. Too bad it's raining. Otherwise, I would actually go swimming. I think the last time I was there, I did. I filmed the kids and I played in the pool. It was at night. It was so much fun. But we won't be doing that now. It is February. Even in California, it gets cold enough to not go swimming. So I'm in the middle of making my breakfast. Let me finish this and then, yeah, and then we'll finish this conversation. Okay, so I wanted to elaborate a little bit. How much time do I have on this? Okay. Elaborate more on the video I did about rude comments, because some of you were saying, I must delete them right away because they don't see them. You know, you guys don't see the rude comments. Well, the reason for that is because YouTube has some way of knowing when a comment is inappropriate or rude. And sometimes they even hold comments that aren't, for I don't even know why. But there's when you go into YouTube Studio, if you're a YouTube creator, you have, YouTube Studio, you have access to it. And there's a section where it holds your comments. If they're like rude or considered inappropriate, they flag them. And then you can read them. And if you decide it's not rude or you don't care, you just check the box and it'll show up and then everybody else can see it. So you guys don't even have to see the really, really rude ones. And when I say rude, I mean like disgustingly inappropriate, rude, things that I wouldn't want my grandchildren to read because they are all, subscribers to my page. My family is, and it's just disgusting. You would be amazed at what some people write, the trolls out there. Just ridiculous. But anyway, so yeah, most of those comments, and sometimes there's comments that's like, why did this get, now it will also hold comments that are spam, because you get a lot of spam, and so it's really good for that. But sometimes things will get through that are potentially rude that you don't know, like that one where the guy said you're old and poor and you deserve nothing. But now that somebody else pointed it out, I think the guy was trying to be funny or sarcastic. So but you would have thought that one would have been held for review, right? It got through and I let it. So things like that don't bother me. I do have thick skin with stuff like that, because that was just stupid. I even comment back to them, so I don't care. But there's sometimes when you really, you need to know when not to engage, because if they're there to just be rude, no matter what you say, no matter how nice you are, you can reason with them, they don't care. They want to upset you or just be rude and just dump on you. And I have to remember that, because sometimes I think, okay, we're gonna have a discussion and I'll reason with this person and everything's gonna be great. And it never goes that way. This morning, in fact, somebody made a comment that I need to find a new man. You need to find a new man. No, I have the best man. We've been married for 43 years. And he said, well, I guess you made your bed. You might as well lie in it. So then I respond, by a series of unfortunate events, I made my bed. We worked hard. We saved our money. We bought a home. We did everything by the book, except, obviously we didn't know how to invest, but we had IRAs. We were doing good. So what do you mean by I made my bed? My husband had a heart attack. He lost his job after 30 years. How is, that our doing? And he said, no, you hitched yourself to a loser. And I was like, oh my God, he is so lucky he's not here in person, because I would just taken him on. It's like, just rude. My husband is amazing. And the only reason I think, well, he said something about a man with money. If he had had money, we would be doing this and this by now instead of me being unretired. And I thought, the only guys that say that talk about, women should be with guys with money are guys that have nothing but money. If you're a charismatic guy and you're funny and charming and all these other qualities, you don't really need money, right, women? That's the kind of guys we're drawn to. My husband had all those qualities, and he was hardworking and caring and, and young. we met when we were 18 and 19. So yeah, he just hadn't built up his wealth at that point. So stupid me for, not recognizing that. But he was a hard worker. And he did take very good care of us. He allowed me to stay home for many years to be a stay-at-home mom, and which I don't regret. And yeah, we don't have tons of money. We don't. But we're not unhappy. It's not like, oh, we're so miserable. Yeah, I am unretired. I do, because I'm being realistic. I know we're going to need more because we did have to dip into our savings when all these unfortunate events happened, life. And it wasn't the end of the world, and we're dealing with it. But yeah, I just always find that funny that guys, I think they're like angry that I wouldn't just want a guy with money, because that's literally all they have to offer. And they want to think that they can get a woman now that they have lots of money, even though they haven't developed their personality, and they're boring and unfunny and unkind. It's like, good luck, you and all your money. Yeah, you might get somebody, but they're not going to love you. They're just going to love your money. So there. But yeah, it really, stuff like that always, it's like, how dare you? You don't even know my husband. You don't know what kind of man he is. He put up with me all these years. He's a pretty good guy. So yeah, so it's going to bug me all day. But I had to delete it because I thought, we're just going to go back and forth and nothing's going to come of this. I'm not going to change his mind. And he obviously isn't going to change mine. So yeah, I had to respond to that. But the rest of the comments that, that get held back, that, I look at, they're just, usually just silly ones, telling me I'm an idiot. What else have I been called? I'm stupid because I live in California. And it's like, look, I've lived here since I was, my parents moved out here. This is my home. I know a lot of people, when you are raised in a place and you've raised your family and your kids and your grandkids, you can't just up and move. For one thing, it's not free to move and relocate. It costs a lot. It would take a big chunk of our savings to relocate. We'd have to sell our house and hire a moving company, and just there's so much involved. So it was stupid. My mom did that. She found out the hard way. She thought, okay, we're going to retire in Iowa and save a ton of money and be super lonely and super bored, and that's how we're going to live out the rest of our retirement in our comfy cozy house. Well, they had money, and she was miserable. And 1 year later, she ended up coming back, and it cost, because they had to pay to move out there, and then they had to pay to move back and start all over again. And it was really a bad move on their part. And she realized that. She said, don't ever do that. And that's when she said, I would have rather lived in a tent and stayed near my kids than lived in this, because they had bought a beautiful home back there. I think it was Harlan, Iowa. It was a big old home, and I really did like it. I thought, oh, that's beautiful. And they, my dad's a contractor. They were fixing it up. But I couldn't go back there. She was only back there for a year. I didn't even get to go back and visit. I just saw pictures and stuff. And, my other siblings, we were all out here too. And none of us, we were raising our families, and none of us could afford to go back there. She did come back and visit, within the first few months. And then, she went back home and realized, what, my whole family's out there. And plus it snows a lot. And when you get older, you don't want to be shoveling snow. And the winters they're pretty harsh. That is one of the advantages of living in California, is our weather is very nice 90% of the time. It gets really hot in the later part of summer, but that's what pools and air conditioning are for. And then, well, that's it. The rest of the year, it really is nice. I mean, even the rain, we appreciate it so much because we don't get much of it. So yeah, California's got some crazy things. I know. But my God, we also have the Sierras, we have Yosemite, we have Big Sur, we have the giant redwoods, we have the coast, we have, the desert and the mountains, and, and that's not counting all the other stuff that people come out here for, all the touristy attractions, which I don't really care about. I've done all that stuff, Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm and Universal Studios, but it's fun and the kids enjoy it. And my family takes vacations. They save up to come out here to do that stuff. We're right here. It's an hour's drive. The same with the beach. The beach is my happy place. whenever I get really stressed or really unhappy, I can jump in the car and for, a half a tank of gas, I can go out there and just hang out for the day and just absorb all those negative ions, and it just changes everything. So yeah, it's where you live is important. If you're an outdoor enthusiast like we are, we need to be here. We need to be where we can do that stuff because it is affordable to the mountains. I mean, we're right here. We're right at as you enter the mountains. I'm in the foothills, and we have, the Forest Falls. It's beautiful up there, and we have Oakland, which is really where I live, but I'm at the very bottom of it, and it's the apple orchards, and that people come up here for that. It's absolutely beautiful, and I feel very fortunate. Yeah, I pay for it. It's not free. Our taxes are there, but as I get older, I'm going to want things to do. I'm not just going to be sitting around. I'm used to being able to get out and do these things. I didn't for 7 years, like I tell you guys in every video. So now that I can get out and do that stuff, I'm so grateful that it's all available. It's all right here, easily accessible. So I do have to go to work today, even though it's Valentine's Day. It's a holiday. So yeah, I'm going to go to work and enjoy the rain. I think it's just supposed to rain until like midnight, and then it's going to stop. But we've gotten quite a bit. I don't know what's going on back east. I gotta watch the weather, not the news. I will do that right now before I take off. So you guys have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have somebody that you love and you can, show them how special they are today. And if not, then just, spoil yourself. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you in the next video.